Frequency Matters, the RF and Microwave Update. I'm Pat Hindle, and I'm here with my co-host Gary Lerude. In this episode, we're going to continue our coverage on the January radar and antennas issue. And as we previously discussed, the cover story is very interesting about a tile approach to AESA radar systems and has a lot of advantages over the current TR module slat design, especially in the area of cost. So MACOM and MIT Lincoln Labs have paved the way in that area, and they're fielding systems for civil and defense applications. So
right.
If you haven't already read that, please take a look. There's also a product feature from Linear Technology on their wideband RMS power sensor, and this covers from 100 megahertz to 40 gigahertz, so very broadband, and it has very good flatness over that range, almost plus or minus 1 dB over the entire range, which is very good. So what else do we have in the way of technical features?
Well, we have 3 other technical features we didn't cover last time. One is a special report from Keysight. They're talking about some of the fundamental challenges in adopting IoT technology, and it's a good overview. It covers technical issues as well as some of the business model considerations.
Yeah, I really like that one because it was at a high level.
Right. Then Art Aguayo, who we know of Rogers, has written an article on choosing substrates, printed circuit board substrates, for IoT applications as well as 5G, some of those that extend up into the millimeter wave band. So that talks about some of the characteristics you should pay attention to if you're doing those kind of designs. And then the third article from our editorial review board approved an article on millimeter wave passive bandpass filters. So that's, again, a good survey technical article that I think our readers will find interesting.
And turning to the news,
yes.
The new administration announced a new FCC chairman, and his name is Ajit Pai, and he replaces Tom Wheeler. And Tom Wheeler did a great job in keeping the U.S. at the forefront of 5G and millimeter wave technology, so
right.
We hope that leadership will continue under Ajit. And still on the advanced communications subject, Huawei and China Unicom announced that they completed verification of the first FDD-based massive MIMO system. And that had average mobile data rates of 87 megabits per second. And what was impressive about this is they used current technology. So
right.
They're using 4G systems with 2 antenna terminals and only 20 megahertz of bandwidth to achieve very high data rates. So this is kind of the area of 4.5G that we'll see. I think we'll hear a lot more about 4G going to 5G this year, a lot more as the 5G trials roll out and people try to improve on 4G.
Yeah, I think there'll be more of an evolution in going to 5G than maybe had been promised at earlier points by some of the
coming
technologies.
Down to earth.
Right, coming down to earth. So related to cellular, the GSMA released some cellular data for 2016 I thought was interesting. The number of 4G subscribers, they say, has now grown to 1.77 billion.
Wow.
Out of whatever, 6 or 7 billion connections on the globe. Interestingly enough, 43% of those are in China. So China's really kind of taken the forefront there. They grew 84% in terms of those 4G connections from last year.
Wow, that's high.
It is. And now, obviously, they've put in the infrastructure for that. There's probably still some fill-in they have to do, but most of it is done. So now we're looking to what other parts of the globe are going to kind of drive the infrastructure growth. The other news item that I had, Skyworks reported their fiscal Q1 revenue. They did $914 million, which was a growth of 9.4% from the prior quarter, down a little bit, like 1.3% from the prior year's quarter, but still very strong, healthy growth. I can't believe they generated almost $500 million in cash.
Wow.
So now they have a bankroll of almost $1.4 billion for future investments. And the market really liked that. Their stock ticked up after they made that announcement. So,
yeah, they've been doing really well for quite a few years now, very steady.
Right. So now we'll see what Qorvo announces in the coming weeks, and then Avago, or now Broadcom, several weeks beyond that.
And so turning to events, I'll be heading out to DesignCon in the beginning of February in Santa Clara, California.
Right.
So I'll be looking to learn about signal and power integrity, especially about 4G optical and PAM4 digital technology that's coming online and what challenges that presents to the chipboard and connector people. And this will be the first major event for our new Signal Integrity Journal. So we'll have a full crew there. If you haven't already checked out our new website, it's signalintegrityjournal.com. And we'll have a full crew to be able to take some pictures and videos, and we'll do a full summary of DesignCon the week after we return.
That's great. Should be a good show.
How about you for events?
So in terms of events, I'd like to talk a little bit about EDICon. As you well know, EDICon China is coming up April 25th to 27th. For the first time, it will be in Shanghai, so we'll get another area of the country that we can promote and draw people from. As you know, we have reviewed the papers, and Janine has put together pretty much the technical program. The finishing touches are being put together on that. We'll be announcing that. So it's a good time to start to book your plane tickets, plan some customer visits around the show, and plan to join us in Shanghai. Then looking out a few months further, EDICon in the USA, we've just opened the call for abstracts, so good time to think about what you might want to present in terms of a paper. And then you can come to Boston in September and join us for EDICon USA. So anything else?
No, that about wraps it up on my side.
So we want to thank you for watching this episode of Frequency Matters, and we want to thank our sponsor, NI-AWR. NI-AWR's software suite is used to design many of the products that we rely on every day. You can find out more about their software at ni.com/AWR. Thanks for watching.